we're just a few days away from the new year and the start of 2022.
Yeah, with that in mind, we wanted to get our panel's take on the top stories of the year. And there's a lot to choose from. I'll start with you, Joe. What's your take? A lot went on this year. Obviously, we know the easy one, well, COVID, the big story. Yeah, we get that. But what do you think the big story is?
Well, Bob, it is COVID. And, well, it's the economy. Well, it's the inflation.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably Afghanistan. But no, isn't it the border? Bob, this whole year has really stunk. I got to be honest with you. I think that the big story of the year is the Biden administration and how bad they are. Going in, that's old Joe. Let's have a beer with Joe. Hey, let's all get together. It's moderate Joe. It's Delaware Joe. It's Pennsylvania Joe. Now, this guy is far left-wing progressive controlled Joe. I think the big story is that the commander-in-chief can't make a decision on his own. He can't get through a sentence barely without stuttering and reading a teleprompter. He reads reporters' names off of a list. This while the entirety of the kingdom is crumbling around him. It's all very strange. I think the big story of this year is how horrible. Look, I expected it to be bad. I'm a conservative guy, but I didn't think it would be this bad. I think that the story of the year has to be how incredibly bad this administration has been, and unexpectedly so. Again, as a guy who disagrees with him politically, I thought it'd be better than this, and he's not.
Well, I thought he'd have at least a win here and there. I mean, truly. It would be hard to pick a win for him.
Right, yeah. We're beginning 2022 significantly worse off than we began last year in almost every category, Joe, that you mentioned. Jesse Jane, I know obviously the military and things that have happened there in Afghanistan would be something that you would think was an utter catastrophe under his watch as well.
At first, I was a lot like Joe. I was like, what am I going to focus in on? And then I realized the one thing that brought me to tears was the day I found out 11 Marines were killed by a suicide bomber, one Navy corpsman and a soldier. The reason it impacted me so much was I served 20 years on active duty. We all saw the photo of Sergeant Nicole G. holding the baby, and where she posted on social media, she has the best job ever. I love my job. Within days, she was dead. She had been meritoriously promoted to sergeant, and I happened to be at the Sacramento airport the day her body arrived home. I saw the traffic backed up for miles. I don't see traffic backed up for miles on anything else of this administration, but I saw it for this. And signs saying, welcome home, Nicole, welcome home, Sergeant G, Marine Corps flags, American flags, first responders, firefighters. This was a metaphor of the debacle of this entire administration. They can't touch anything without destroying it. There is nothing they have succeeded at, including the young lives that they let go that day to kiss the face of God. What they have done to this country has been destruction from day one.
Yeah, and they haven't done anything to fix the situation with all of our allies and some U.S. Citizens still trapped in Afghanistan. And I just wanted to say 11 U.S. Marines and then a total of 13 service members. Yeah. And it's ridiculous and sad that that story wasn't covered more by the media as well.
And what strikes me is he doesn't seem to have an answer for them. Like in some cases, you'll have a problem. You'll say, okay, we're going to fix it by doing this. And it's like, okay, it was a problem. But it does seem, Joe, that what you're mentioning, all the things that they've had trouble with, there's not one of them they've turned around and fixed it.
And their spin has been so bad about each and every one. I mean, let's focus on Afghanistan even more. Most recently, a week ago, he sat down with somebody from ABC or something and talked about how he did the right thing. We had to get out of there. How else would I have done it? Well, you don't take the military out first. You don't give up Bagram. You do it better than you did. He was trying to get a win before September 11th, the anniversary, and he ended up killing American soldiers and hundreds of Afghans who helped us. You're right, on every single issue. Ask about the border, they lie and say that it's just as closed as it was a year ago. You ask about the economy, well, the gas prices went down. Right, you hit the national reserves when you shouldn't have. I mean, there isn't any responsibility. There are no broad shoulders in Washington. There's a bunch of spin. The only real bright spot is that Democrats and Republicans both don't like the job that Biden and Harris are doing. The polls show that. So that's the only bright spot for Americans to say, okay, we're not going to deal with this for too long. People understand how bad it is.
Yeah. But Kamala Harris is going to reach out to Hillary Clinton, and that will make her poll numbers better.
Figure out how to get a better reputation. Joe Pags, Jesse Jane, Duff, I'm so sorry, Jesse Jane.
That's fine.
We'll get you soon.
Yeah.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.